So the first full moon of the year is going to be a potent portal, an opportunity that propels us forward to up-level, to heal, and to transcend. Let's make the most of this moon cycle by tapping into the full moon energy. Hello, my loves. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Leeor Alexandra. Welcome to the B community. On this channel, we talk about the law of attraction, spirituality, self-development, and so much more. And we are continuing the energy readings for 2022. They're coming at you back and better than ever before. So can I get a thumbs up for that? If you love me too, thank you. And if you see any sort of difference, some people change their hair color, some people change other things. It is what it is, all right? So today I want to talk about the full moon in Cancer on the 17th and the energetic potentialities that I've picked up surrounding this full moon that are kind of backed up by a little bit of my astrology learning and research. The major theme that I'm feeling for this really sensitive full moon is that vulnerability is going to be our superpower during this time. And it's really important that rather than being afraid of our own inner waters, of our emotions, that we embrace them and use them as the literal driving forces to embody our greatest versions. So in this video, I'm going to give you the energy reading for the full moon, for this specific full moon in Cancer, what you can be doing during this time, some warnings about what might be coming up, what sort of challenges you might expect, and then a few journal prompts towards the end that are going to help you during your journey through this journey. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to today's sponsor, which is me. It's me, the president, the CEO, the founder of Alchemy by LA. So Alchemy is the name of my jewelry line, if you're not already familiar. And alchemy symbolizes the alchemist inside all of us. The alchemist transforming ourselves into gold and finding the elixir to immortal life through understanding our true nature and our connection to infinite intelligence, where we come from, right? So we make these talismans in this size, the mini and the original, which bear 3 Hebrew letters that make up these divine codes of existence, and they enhance and manifest the intention of the wearer. So whatever your intention is, it's going to be manifested and enhanced through wearing these codes. So the Talmud tells us that all of reality was created by the great creator, right? By a combination of these codes. And so we can use these codes. They were given to us as assistance by the divine. So just by wearing them, you are enhancing your connection to the divine, and your intentions and manifestations are being amplified. I have an amulet for balancing your mood and finding peace. That's the one I wear all the time, the balancing amulet. We have one for divine healing, for happiness, for calling in your soulmate, for fertility, for creativity, for calling in wealth and abundance, and it's so powerful, for psychic enhancement, and we even have one for angelic protection against the evil eye. They all protect against the evil eye, by the way. We use a high quality sterling silver and solid gold dip, or solid gold if you choose a solid gold necklace, and that is protection against ill will, and it amplifies all positive energy. So whatever it is that you're looking for, we likely have an amulet for you, and we have a quiz on the website that you can answer a few questions and then it'll tell you which one is best for you. Over the years, we've gotten thousands of testimonials of the positive and loving energy that people feel as they put on their necklace and when they wear it, and how it enhances and amplifies their manifesting abilities. Each of our high quality sterling silver amulets is dipped into thick 18 karat gold, either in yellow, white, or rose gold, or you can get a solid gold because gold is forever, baby. So until the 16th, you can use the code LUDER for 10% off your whole order on alchemybyla.com, even your solid gold order, which you'll be able to gift your grandchildren one day. That's a future artifact, that's an heirloom. The link is in the description, and thank you so much for helping me to sponsor my own videos. So the full moon energy in general, we're gonna be feeling this Cancer full moon from the 15th of January all the way until the 19th, but by the 18th, it should start to wane. The pressure is going to be released a little bit by then. As always, remember that the full moon is a time of wholeness. It's a time of completion and of harvest. So seeds that we have sown in previous new moons will begin to sprout and even bloom by the full moon. So during this time, our emotions are heightened, and they serve as guideposts for what it is that we really need. So our emotions tell us what we need, and when we're in touch with them, when we are feeling them rather than resisting how we feel, then what we need is revealed. So in astrology, the moon symbolizes our emotions, and the moon is ruled by Cancer. So this is the center of our emotions, and this is a time and opportunity to truly feel our feelings, to let everything that's been in the darkness of our subconscious minds come to the forefront, to be dealt with, to be released, to let go, so that we can break these cycles. So this is kind of a portal of opportunity that we receive every full moon, but it is definitely amplified and enhanced when we have the Cancer energy, when it is in the sign that it feels most comfortable in. It's when we put our emotions front and center. So the word lunacy is said to have come from the madness that humans and other animals tend to exhibit during moon cycles, especially the full moon. I want you during this time to celebrate your wild, untamed emotions, to let yourself go crazy a little bit in productive ways. Crack your shell open and dance in your madness. That's the healthiest thing that we can be doing right now, rather than putting walls up and hiding from the world, and choosing to put your heart on the line during this time and letting vulnerability be your superpower. You're going to be really rewarded for that. And now during the time between the 15th and the 22nd, there is going to be a potential for heated overreactions that might be fueled even further by the sensitive, emotional Cancer energy. Remember that in moments like this, our breath is our best friend, always returning to the breath, and that there are ways to let your wild out that doesn't include bursting or attacking a loved one or an innocent bystander and letting all your anger out that way. There are really powerful ways to let go of this watery energy that we're dealing with, and I really recommend breath work. I recommend movement. I recommend screaming into a pillow. I recommend just dancing and being in your body and just really letting everything out in a productive way. Now that you know that this is a time where you might be pushed to overreact, so make sure that you approach this time with a lot of awareness so that you won't have any regrets and that you won't fall and prey into this trap. Just awareness is all that you really need in order to not be at the whim of your emotions in this way. You'll keep yourself level-headed and you'll be able to see the bigger picture. So there is a danger of falling into escapism during this time, because emotions are going to be so heightened and they're kind of maybe overwhelming for a lot of us who don't spend much time processing and analyzing and really feeling our feelings. So you might want to distract yourself with things such as food or shopping or sex or drugs, alcohol, whatever it is. I really encourage you to not do that. Wherever you find yourself trying to distract yourself, look at what you are distracting yourself from. Really feel what's happening there, what's going on there. Yeah, it might be overwhelming, it might be even painful, but remember that this pressure, that's how diamonds are made. Diamonds are made under pressure. Feel everything, because know that if you don't, these emotions and these cycles are going to be carried on into the next moon cycle and the next and the next, until you are no longer afraid to face your emotions. And for people who don't do this work, they might go entire lifetimes, several lifetimes, having to repeat the same patterns, but you don't, because you are doing the inner work. You are coming at your issues with awareness, with multidimensionality, with multisensory abilities, and you're looking at your feelings and feeling everything. So you're going to break these patterns. Now, this specific full moon, I've picked up on themes of power struggles, of vulnerability, like I was saying, and a lot of responsibility. So we still have this kind of serious energy that comes with Capricorn and Saturnian energies, but we also now have Jupiter in Pisces, which is going to really lighten things up for us. Seriously, you guys, this is such a beautiful placement. I'm really excited for it, and it stays with us for most of the first half of the year. So we're going to be feeling uplifted and hopeful and very lucky. You might have already started feeling it despite anything happening in the world or even any challenges in your life. There might be this backdrop of things are going well right now. You might be feeling this silver lining of hope and opportunity. That is very real, and we're going to feel it more and more, and it's time for us to enjoy this energy after a couple of really difficult years. Now, the theme of responsibility is going to come to you in a couple of forms, a few forms. The first one that I picked up on is this financial responsibility. You might have been feeling already the need to go through your finances, to kind of trim the fat and to conserve. And you're not alone in this. We're all tapping into this energy in one way or another. And it's always good to be on top of your finances, but it's very important to not slip into the lack or scarcity mentality. And you'll see that you're in that mentality if you're afraid, if you're anxious about your finances, if you're feeling greedy or stingy and like you want to hold on to this material thing that is not meant to be held on to. Stay open, stay generous. Remember that you got to keep your money cycling. Money is just energy, and when we try to hold on to it, we repel it and we also stagnate the energy. We want to keep cycling things because that allows more of it to come into our lives. Along with this responsibility, this feeling of responsibility, we're actually going to experience some sort of financial up-leveling. So an opportunity to create more wealth. Perhaps an old opportunity resurfaces, but with a bigger monetary value or opportunity now, or some sort of positive financial windfall, which eases things up a bit for you. While it also might require more responsibility as you figure out, what do you do with this money? How do you responsibly spend it? And where do you save it? What do you do? Please also really try to pick up on that feeling of financial freedom and carry that with you. Practice gratitude for what you receive, no matter how big or how small it is. And when you practice that gratitude, of course, you'll receive more. So another layer of this need for responsibility might come in the form of your love life. Perhaps an old lover, an opportunity also comes, somebody has come back, or maybe you've returned to somebody in your past. And while it used to be good and fun, you are noticing that it's time to grow up. It's no longer serving you, and you have to make some sort of adult responsible decision here. And that adult responsible decision could be to take things more seriously. We don't know, but you have to really put those big boy pants on, big girl pants on, pivot the way that you have acted and you've treated this in the past, and really go about it in an all new way. So some difficult decisions in the areas of prosperity and love will require us to think as adults. That's not the most fun, but they're also going to come with rewards, with more abundance, more prosperity as you step up to the plate, and a potential for a better romantic relationship or maybe a new partner. There's also a really big emphasis on personal power, and this starts around January. It's big during the full moon, but it's going to continue with us during this year. And it's basically personal power because we can no longer trust other people around us to make decisions for us. So who has the power in your life? Who have you given your power away to? Is it your boss? Is it a partner? Is it your family? Is it your government, your community, your school? Who have you given your agency over to? So this year in general, we're going to experience instability in power structures, and that's going to make us have to step up to the plate. It's going to make us have to take the power back and start to make decisions for ourselves and start to really be sovereign in our own life. We have to mature emotionally and experientially through starting to make decisions for ourselves. And then vulnerability is that last theme that I picked up on. Vulnerability is our superpower. What I want you to do is ask yourself continuously during this time, where can I soften? Where can I be more honest with how I feel? Where can I even, in a sense, expose myself, take away that crab-like shell and expose the soft parts of myself, because this is going to make you even more powerful. I want you to keep reminding yourself, it is okay to feel, it is okay to cry. It is the people who allow their tears to shed who are really the powerful ones. Those are really the brave ones. So be vulnerable in your relationships, explain how you feel, express yourself. The Cancer energy might make you want to pull back and protect yourself, but we are choosing fearlessness now. We're choosing to open our heart, to soften rather than to build any walls around it. And then just a small thing that's also been coming up, not small, sorry, Neptune. So Neptune has been reaching out to me like Venus often does, right? So his siblings, Pluto and Jupiter, have gotten a lot of attention lately. And he wants to remind us that he's also here, this consciousness, this energy, this archetype. And he's pointing us to our own inner depths. So Neptune energy is deeply psychic and intuitive, and it wants us to reconnect with our intuition, to notice what's going on in our own inner world. So perhaps you haven't been listening to that little voice inside of you, and Neptune is coming to you and saying, it's time to listen to the invisible realm. It's time to listen to what's going on inside of you. On January 22nd, this is a time that you might really experience something challenging that does cause you to overreact, and Neptune wants you to feel that you can, instead of overreacting, just kind of pull back into the invisible realm, listen to your intuition, and work with your intuition. There's also a potential of visionary energies, visionary ideas to come around this time. Neptune is giving us gifts of just grand ideas, beautiful big ideas, very visionary, very big. And we might not have so much of a drive to go after it right now, but you can still cultivate that motivation from internal, from bringing the power back to you again, right? So the power exists inside of you. You don't have to take it from somewhere else. You don't have to wait for somebody else to do it. You can do it. You can work on this idea yourself. Okay, so just a few tips of what to do during this time of Cancer full moon energy, and you really want to be doing this between the 15th to the 19th. Onwards until the 22nd. The first thing is to have faith in the good rather than the bad. If we are constantly thinking about what we don't want to happen, we are putting our faith in the possibility of those things happening. Worrying is praying for what we don't want to happen. So continuously discern where your thoughts are, where your energy is, and bring them back to the positive, all right? Number 2, stay away from escapism. Like I was saying, you want to stay away from anything that distracts you from your emotions. You want to feel your emotions. Number 3 is bring some sort of responsibility and maturity to your relationships, your romantic decisions, and your financial decisions. And number 4 is to practice gratitude. This will keep you on the right path despite anything happening externally. Just feel grateful for whatever is coming into your life and what it can show you about yourself and about your human experience. And then the last one is spend time in nature, opening your heart rather than closing up. Nature has such a high vibration that simply being with a tree, on some grass, in some dirt, in the mountains, in a body of water, spending time inside of it will raise your frequency. And that's what we want to be doing right now. And then I wanted to give you some journal prompts. These are 3 that I think will really help you during this full moon in particular. So maybe making some sort of letting go ceremony for yourself, or kind of paying attention to what cycles you're closing out or what's coming into completion. And then asking yourself, what do I need right now? A question we don't ask ourselves enough is, what do I need right now? What do I need right now? And then seeing what answer comes up, what pops up. It could be several things, it could be one thing. What do I need right now? The second thing you want to ask yourself is, what are my emotions telling me? What are my emotions telling me? So kind of taking inventory of what emotions you're feeling and analyzing, feeling them, and seeing what are they telling you? Where are they pointing you towards, right? And the last is, where can I soften? Where can you be more open, more vulnerable, really? Where can you cultivate that vulnerability as your superpower? So that is it for full moon in Cancer. I hope that was helpful. If it was, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel. And leave a comment. I need to hear from you guys. It is for my sanity, okay? I love you so much. Enjoy this full moon and go about it with a level head and an open heart, and soft and vulnerable, like the soft part of a crab, all right? A weird way to say it, but that's where we're at. Until next time, keep your vibrations way, way, way up. Bye.